Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here today, and we are going to be working with some Foods Alive products and make some delicious recipes. And it's going to be called Savory Selections with a Twist. I'm going to be using seeds that you could make sauces, dressings, and pâtés out of. And I'm going to show you about some different ones, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we're going to be using today. Here is all our goodies. We've got different seeds and different powders and crackers, and we have some other delicious things. So what we're going to do, since I am in the kitchen today, I'm going to be wearing my apron. Let's put that on. And this apron was actually made by my grandmother. You can see her name is Bubby Charna. May her soul be resting in heaven with the angels. And I thank her for all her good vibrations that she's brought to my life. So we're going to be doing a bunch of different recipes today with the products that we have on hand. So we have actually, the first thing we're going to do is we have this delicious coleslaw salad that I made. You can see that over here. Doesn't that look beautiful? So it's got cabbage and carrots and some dill, and we're going to be making a, let's see what we're doing with this one. We're going to be making a flaxseed dressing with lemon and kelp. So this could also be made as a pâté to put on any kind of vegetables. You know, anything I make you can spread on vegetables or crackers, like a crudité, you know, like a cucumber, or, you know, zucchini, or even pepper would be delicious. So what we're going to be using is our flax seeds. Now these flax seeds have not been soaked, so there's a different digestibility, but we will be grinding them to make the dressing out of them. So we also have crackers that have been soaked. So what the owner of the company, Michael, hi Michael, asked me to do was to show you the difference between, we have some of these golden flax super sprinkles. Now these are actually the crumbs that are left over from the crackers, and here are the crackers as well. Here's our Italian Zest crackers. We're going to be using those for putting some of our spreads on. And the difference is that, let's open up the flax seeds that have not been soaked and try to chew them, and they're not going to be really digestible or soft. Let's see. A little chewy, kind of hard to really eat. So, oops, and I didn't use my spoon. Let me get my spoon out here, and then we're going to take some of the sprinkles here that have actually are from the soaked flax seeds, soaked and sprouted, and they're much more crunchier and much softer. So those are actually digestible. So the difference is that you don't need to ground those because they are already in a state for digestibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to grind this in our grinder, and I have a really nice device here made by TriBest. If you can see that, it's a personal blender. Now they have the containers usually are plastic, but they are BPA-free. But they decided to do it where you can use an attachment. So this is the grinder we're going to use, and this is the plastic attachment. And you can use mason jars. So they have special mason jars, certain sizes that fit, so it fits right on, and you can use that instead of plastic, which is I'm a bigger fan of. So we're going to take some flax seeds here that I have and put them in our little container. So you can, what's nice about this is you grind or you make your sauces, dressings, smoothies in the containers, and then you just store it in the container and cover it over. So we're going to take a few teaspoons of our flax seeds and grind those up in our grinder. And I'll show you how that process works. So here's our grinder, and you can see I just turn it and it just blends it up. So here we go. And you want to get it to a nice powdery substance because you want to be able to blend it with a little bit of water to make the dressing. So it's nicely ground. If you can see that, I can try to show that to you in the video. You can see that it's If I can get to the actual container, there we go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of here. And we take our spoon here. And there's quite a bit of seeds in the container, and I can show you. And then we're going to add a little water. Now, the water we're going to use, we're actually going to use a little lemon juice as well. Now, the water I use has been in this bottle. This is the bottle I talked about in one of my videos. It's called Laguna. This is a special water bottle, and this is just the cork cover. And it's got a certain, I'm going to show you, I'm going to take this off again to show you. And I'll talk more about this in another video. So it's got a certain shape to it because it changes the frequency of the water itself when you put it in here. But it does not purify it, so you need to use purified water. And then this cork cover is just to protect it. So I put the water in here so I could use this water when I make my savory selections. Okay, so we're going to take off our cover here. This is our flax seeds. And we're going to add a little bit of water from the bottle. And just go slowly because you don't want to make it too runny, or it depends how you want it. If you want it more pasty, if you want it more like a dressing. So we're going to mix that up. So we want this more like a dressing. It's kind of thick, kind of creamy. I'm going to add a little bit more water from our bottle here. And mix that up. And then we're going to add a little bit of kelp powder, which I use as an alternative for salt. So we're going to add our kelp powder here, a little bit of kelp powder we have in our container here. Here's our kelp. I'm going to add just a little bit, mix it right into this container. And we have our lemon here. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice. Squeeze the lemon in. Okay, and then we're going to mix that up. And of course, you know, flax seeds thicken by themselves, so it's kind of got really, really thick and creamy. I can kind of show you that here, perhaps. See that? Okay, so if you want it to be a little less, you want it to be more runny, add more water. So then what we're just going to do is we're just going to pour that on top of our, it's more almost even like a mayo. So let's see if we can show this to you. So it looks more like a mayo. So let's give that a taste. We'll see how it came out. You can see that. We will get our spoon here and mix that up and give it a little taste. Very good. Really yummy. It tastes like a mayo, so it's like a flaxseed mayo without the dairy and the eggs or whatever else they use in mayo. I don't even know. Very nice. Okay, so that is our flaxseed dressing. Next we are going to do some spreads that we're going to actually use on our crackers that we actually have here. So let's talk about our crackers here first. We have our flax crackers from Foods Alive. We have Italian Zest. We also have Mexican Harvest. And we also have onion garlic. So what's the benefit of, well, flax seeds have a lot of benefits because they have the omegas. So they have their nice packaging here again, as I told you in a previous video that I really like. And a lot of good information on the back as well. So it tells you that how they do this is they soak their flax seeds in water and they germinate them. So that makes them easier to chew and digest. So you do not need to grind them. And then they add different seasonings to them. And they're, like I said, they're high in omega fatty acids. They're also high in magnesium and copper, in manganese. And they're really nice and very high quality. Everything is certified organic, as you know, Foods Alive. And again, they have all their good nutritional information as well here. Protein and fiber, omega-3s, gluten-free, GMOs, all their little icons over there. So we're going to make, even though they're crackers, you know, they already have seasoning, I just wanted to show you about with some of the products that I have, what you can kind of have fun and make with them. So the next one we're going to do is we're going to do hemp seed. a hemp seed spread with cacao and turmeric. So let's get our hemp seeds. These are our hemp seeds. So we're going to actually grind these up so they become creamy as well, in the same process as we did with the flax seeds. So we're going to take another container here, and we're going to put some hemp seeds, I should say, hemp seeds in there. We're going to just pour out a bit, not too much, maybe a couple of spoonfuls. And then we're going to grind that up. And you make your own hemp butter. It's really nice. So we're going to grind that up in our same process here. And it turns into a butter pretty rapidly. So in this container, it comes out really fast. So then we're going to also add a little bit of that delicious water that's been revitalized in our bottle. And you could see our hemp. Let's see here. We have it became buttery. It was a seed, now it's a butter. You can see that. So then we're going to add a little bit of water to this, and we're also going to add the other seasonings, because I said these are savory. This is a savory spread with a twist. So let's take our cover off, and then what we're going to do, so here's our hemp seeds. Then we're going to add, we have our turmeric here. We're going to add a little bit of turmeric, just for something different. It's a little orange color. And then we're going to add our cacao powder, actually. We have it as a powder here. So this is easy to use. You can use it for other things as well. So on the top it says, transforming any recipe into a delicious, healthy, chocolatey treat. So we're going to open up our cacao. And you can do so many things with any of these products. And like I said, on the back of the packages, they give you a lot of really great information. So check that out. So yeah, you can make smoothies with them. And we're going to do other things with them when I do my sweet treats. So we're going to add a little bit of, if I find another utensil, we're going to just use we're just going to add a little bit here, maybe a couple of spoons, or like maybe a teaspoon or something, just for something different. And then we're going to add our water. Add our water in our wonderful bottle here, just a little bit, not too much. Just we want to see how that's going to become. We want it to become more like a spread. We don't want it a sauce, so we want it to stay thick. So if you put in too much water, you might have to add some more, cacao or something. Hopefully we did it right. And we have to mix up the seeds. So it becomes a chocolatey color, as you know, because the cacao kind of overpowers the hemp seeds, but that's okay. So it's a little bit creamy, and it does definitely smell chocolatey. So we're going to take one of our crackers, even though they're already seasoned. Let's do our onion garlic. I know it's a very interesting combination. So we're going to take some of our onion garlic crackers right here. We're going to take one of here's our flax cracker, and we're going to take some of our hemp chocolate, I guess, spread you can call it, and put some on there. So if you had some of the plain crackers, that probably would work better, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm making. So here is our cracker with our spread on it, and I'm going to taste that and let you know how it is. Actually, it's nice. Very different. The chocolate's not overpowering, but you can definitely taste a hint of it. Neither is the turmeric, so that's actually really nice. Okay, and our next spread we are going to do is black sesame with maca, carob, and ginger. That's going to be really nice. So let's get our sesame seeds. So these are our black sesame seeds. And normally they're soaked, but because I'm doing this where I want it dry in the container, I did not soak them. So we're just going to grind them again in our TriBest personal blender. And I'm going to take some of our seeds and put it in our lovely little container. Probably, again, just a few tablespoons since I'm just making a small amount to show you. Just like that. And we're going to grind those up. And black sesame seeds have a lot of medicinal properties. They're good for the kidneys, the liver, meridians. They have lots of other nutrients. And we're going to grind that in our lovely little container here in our grinder. And it doesn't take that long to do. There we go. And I believe they are done. They tend to clump up on the top of the container since it's so small. Let's see how we did here. Okay, we got a nice consistency, all crumbled up. You can see that in the container as I get it out of the grooves here, because there's grooves in this part of the jar. Actually, it's the attachment, the mason jar attachment, so you got to take that out. And then I'll show that to you once I get off my cover off of here. So here are our seeds all ground up. Okay? And then what we're going to do is, this is going to be a fun one, we're going to add some maca. And maca is definitely a superfood that gives you a lot of good for the endocrine system, gives you energy. So we're going to add some maca, and I did not open this one yet, so we're going to open that. It's an Incan superfood, and it kind of has a sweeter smell to it. So we're going to add a little bit of maca, not too much, just a little bit. And again, this would be better on something that's plainer, but this is what I have. So we're just going to add not too much, just maybe a half a teaspoon or so. And then we're going to add some carob powder. Now, I did not talk to you about carob in the last video. So carob is, the carob tree cultivation goes back to the time of the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. It's an evergreen tree native to the Mediterranean and part of the legume family. And the pods are ground into a powder that can be used instead of chocolate. It has 1/3 the calories as chocolate and nearly fat-free, while chocolate is half fat. And carob is an excellent source of dietary fiber, 3 grams of fiber per tablespoon. It also contains pectin, which is a beneficial fiber that aids in the elimination of toxins. And it's free from stimulants such as caffeine and theobromine, which are found in chocolate. And you could substitute it for any recipe that calls for cocoa powder. It can be used in so many things as well, in your teas, your smoothies, your juices, your desserts. I'm doing it as a spread, and then when I do my sweet treats, we'll be making some delicious things with carob as well. So we're going to add a little bit of carob to this, and then we're going to add a little bit of ginger, so it's going to give it a little bit of a kick. It smells really good. Raw carob powder. So we're going to be adding maybe about a teaspoon, or a little less. And then next we are going to be adding a little bit of our ginger powder we have here. Just a little, not too much, because don't forget, ginger is very strong, and especially in a powder form, it's even stronger. So then we're going to add some of our water here that I have already revitalized. And again, go slow on the water, because you don't want the consistency to be all runny. You want it to be thick and pasty. We're going to definitely need more water for this one, because it's not mixing as well. So here you go, I'm mixing that up, and it's going to probably stay pretty black. And again, if you think you added too much water, then just add a little more of your powders. But I would go more for like some more carob or maca, which I'm going to add a little bit more carob because mine got a little bit too runny, and it can happen very quickly. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Okay, so just to mix that in, now it's nice and thick. So it looks really pretty. It's actually that black color. The sesame seeds definitely take over, but it's really nice. See that nice color? Nice consistency too. So for this one, we're going to take our Italian Zest crackers, or flax crackers, and we're going to put some of that spread on it. Let's take a little piece. So here's our Italian Zest. We're going to try this spread. So this is our sesame seed Carob Maca spread with a hint of ginger. And it has a really pretty color. Look at that. It's really nice, actually. Let's see how that tastes. Very nice. Not very strong. Got a little bit of sweetness to it. If you want more sweetness, add a little more maca. If you want a little more kick, add a little more ginger. Doesn't have a lot of ginger to it, so those are my wonderful sweet, I shouldn't say sweet, savory. That's for next time. I'm teasing you. So thank you for watching and me providing you with these wonderful new recipes for my savory selections with a twist. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.